Today we're going to go over a reading from the Osho Zen Tarot. The card that was drawn today is number 10, Suppression. It's a dark card, black. Looks like a human that is covered in like these type of tentacles that are red, they're different colors, and yellow, orange, and these snake-like tentacles kind of covering the body. The head is covered with this looking like a sky where the head is supposed to be. The tentacles are kind of covering the entire body. I see the foot in there. But it's like a very deep, dark card. Number 10, Suppression. In Sanskrit, the name is Alaya Vigyan, the house where you go on throwing into the basement things that you want to do but you cannot because of social conditions, culture, civilization. But they go on collecting there and they affect your actions, your life very indirectly. Directly, they cannot face you. You have forced them into darkness. But from the dark side, they go on influencing your behavior. They are dangerous. It is dangerous to keep all those inhibitions inside you. It is possible that these are the things that come to a climax when a person goes insane. Insanity is nothing but all these suppressions coming to a point where you cannot control them anymore. But madness is acceptable, while meditation is not. And meditation is the only way to make you absolutely sane. The figure on this card is quite literally all tied up in knots. His light still shines within, but he has repressed his own vitality, trying to meet so many demands and expectations. He has given up all his own power and vision in return for being accepted by the very same forces that have imprisoned him. The danger of suppressing one's natural energy in this way is apparent in the cracks of a volcanic eruption about to take place around the edges of the image. The real message of the card is to find a healing outlet for this potential explosion. It is essential to find a way to release whatever tensions and stresses might be building up inside you right now. Beat on a pillow, jump up and down, go out into the wilderness and scream at the empty sky. Anything to shake up your energy and allow it to circulate freely. Don't wait for a catastrophe to happen. So, the part of the card that really does stand out to me in relation to my life and what I'm going through is this part where it says in the commentary, he has given up all his own power and vision in return for being accepted by the very same forces that have imprisoned him. So it gets me to think about this whole YouTube thing, and being out there on YouTube. Um, you know, when I started my school, when I started my channel, I had a lot of visions and of building to achieve a certain level of expression in the martial arts. And there's a certain level of discipline that I feel is very important in the martial arts. And it's almost like, I trained so many years of my life to live up to the standards of what I feel martial arts should be represented by. And there's a position of power that comes with that. And with that power, I have a vision of what I want to represent in the martial arts, not just for myself, but for my school as a whole. So this part saying he's given up all his power and vision in return for being accepted by the very same forces that have imprisoned him. So I feel like, to me, it's relating to the to the YouTube, the social media, giving up my power, my vision, to try to be accepted by what the outsiders want out of me. Like, hey, allowing them to dictate what I do, opposed to me doing what I feel is the truth or the way, is being influenced by the outside in order to be accepted by them. And that becomes an imprisonment to my freedom of expression, and also of my intention of even being here, my intention of having the school, my intention of teaching. Like, it's not pure when it's being dictated by the outside and what they want. So then I try to do what they want so I can be accepted by them. And when I do that, it imprisons me. I'm not free. I'm not being my true self. I'm not teaching how I'm truly meant to teach. The danger of suppressing one's natural energy in this way is apparent in the cracks of a volcanic eruption about to take place around the edges of the image. So, by me being suppressed and imprisoned, then there could be anger that's held inside. And when I don't feel that I'm getting the respect that I deserve, because I'm not expressing and living my true self, it could be a lot of suppressed anger that could come out and explode in a certain situation around certain people that could be severely damaging. The real message of the card is to find a healing outlet for this potential explosion. It is essential to find a way to release whatever tensions and stresses might be building up inside you right now. Beat on a pillow, jump up and down, go out into the wilderness and scream at an empty sky. Anything to shake up your energy and allow it to circulate freely. Don't wait for a catastrophe to happen. So the healing outlet is this kun, and the training, the fitness, the combat, the meditation, hitting the punching bag, using the wooden dummy, working on drills, sparring, releasing that tension, stretching. Just living my life more freely, not allowing myself to be pulled away from my true self. And really, it's a big burden to be relieved of when you don't feel like you have to do things in order to be accepted by the outside. That's part of the freedom that is very hard to replace. So I feel that this card, number 10, Suppression, is just reminding me to be myself, to be free, and to trust in myself, and don't be led astray by the outside energy that's pulling me away from my true path.